What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Inform Son. He is the 90 rated left mid now, coming in at about 709k on the Xbox, 670 on the PlayStation and 985 on the PC, having just a +1 on his upgrade. Honestly, I do like any version of Son. Soon as he gets a team of the season, you know that that's the one you want. He normally is pretty fire, and he has gone a little bit quiet this year. We saw him obviously at the start of the game with the loan, and unfortunately there's just not been really much about him. I've played quite a few Rivals games, only seen him a couple of times at best. Obviously he is the 4-star, 5-star as well. We've got finesse shot, solid player as the two traits. Stats look pretty nutty as well. Obviously being a 90 rated, I expect him to be somewhat of a good player, to be honest. We're going to go with the engine on him, which will give him 94 pace, 90 passing and 90 free dribbling. Obviously if we take a look at some of the highlights, obviously the sprint speed's looking very nice. We've got some pretty good finishing stats, to be honest. 89 on the finishing shot power and then 90 on the long shots. Great composure, stamina's now up there. Obviously the agility's looking pretty good, and with the engine you'll end up with 92 agility and also 89 balance, so he should be quite a fantastic card to use. I would definitely recommend waiting for the price to drop. I've kind of trying to get this out as quick as possible, is obviously you don't want to lose too much on tax, because you know these cards will drop down pretty quickly, and I think we're going to get to the weekend before we see a massive drop in Son, if we see a massive drop at all, because obviously I don't think there's going to be lightning rounds. I think it is going to be promo packs again, or they may do it just straight out of nowhere, and then you're definitely looking at a lower price for Son. So let's jump into him, see what he's all about, and get this review started. Into Son, it's a little wicked ball. He's going to find him, goes for the finesse, and Rudiger's going to just head it away like it's nothing. Into Son again, he's going to pick it up nice and early. That is not the ball I wanted. Traore was sitting there on the wing. Son definitely was the kind of more dribble player, especially kind of on that wing. I think when you're paying 700k for a card, you definitely need somebody who's not necessarily can only play, like, say, left mid. What is this guy doing? Just unable to. That was nearly close, but you don't necessarily just want a player that can do one position. When I'm spending a mil, and especially on an attacker, I want him to be able to do striker, cam, centre forward, right wing, left wing, if they could have to. Obviously you do have some players that just physically don't have the body type or animations, whereas I think Son is a little bit different in that aspect, because I do think he can play a very wide range of positions. There it is. Little pullback. Oh, that's a great tackle from Ruben Diaz. Oh, that's a stunning ball into Son. We've got through on goal here. Little dink over the top. It's not going to make it, though. Poor. Finds him in. Traore, and thank you for the assist. And again, even just the left stick dribble is absolutely fantastic with him. Oh, he's just absolutely sat him down. Committing defenders left, right, and centre. The only problem is you don't want to do too much, because they will kind of just guess it eventually. Oh, went for the double one. Son with the header, tries to loop it. Unfortunately, doesn't necessarily have the credentials for a headed goal. Son's definitely got some dribbling on the go. Really can perform. You can see that quick left stick dribble. Unfortunately, just trying a bit too much with him there, but you can kind of just get the sort of vibe from him that he's going to be very good. And if you kind of mix that with maybe just a little hint of less, but then you know that he is capable of that dribble, you know that you can actually perform as little as possible but still be very, very effective with him as we try and find him through. Foden's going to pick it up, looking for him, but ends up just walking into Walker, quite literally. Son looking for that 1-2. Foden's going to find him into Son, left foot, and it's a cracking one arm across the body save. Big header from Son, keeps it in our grasp. Foden is going to turn it. Lovely little stuff there. We see Son on the run. He's going to have a bit of strength against Walker, and we do get bullied off. Like I say, sometimes these kind of players, strength-wise, just not going to be there. Oh my god, what a ball from Foden. Taps it into Son, and he just absolutely slaps it home. I think the price tag for Son would be worth it. Maybe just a little bit cheaper, because obviously we're still at the start of the game. I do like his price tag, and we are kind of thinking that it is only X amount of hours since he's been out. Can we go for that finesse? Trying, but I think in terms of kind of price-wise, I'd be looking a little bit cheaper than him, just because I'd probably just go buy his gold card for a +1. I wouldn't necessarily be putting in 700k for a +1, but at the moment it's kind of just bragging rights. If you've got the card, obviously you're the first one with him, and that's really it. There's no actual need for that card as of yet. It is just more of a kind of statement and also a nice dynamic. Oh, that's got to be... Oh, poor defending from him. I really thought he was going to get ahead, but unfortunately didn't manage to find it, so he didn't get the shot off with Son in the end. So going into the overall for Son, as we can see, already dropped 100k. Unfortunately, that is what happens when doing these reviews. Sometimes you hold off and you wait for them and you kind of get the price, or you try and get him out first, and unfortunately you take the hit. 610, he is probably going to keep dropping at some point, as we see. Couple in there, 906. Imagine being the first person to buy that. Obviously get the first review out if you were doing it, but you can kind of guess which one's mine, which unfortunately is the case. In terms of kind of generations with him, you'll see we are expected to get more and more specials from him as we go forward, so hopefully we do. I know Tottenham necessarily not on the greatest streak in the world, but Son is always on fire. I think 3 goals, 6 matches, 1 assist with 2 sub outs. Can't really complain in a team that the form is kind of just a bit wishy-washy at the moment. Still doing very nicely, and obviously still going to be one of the favourite players to come from there. In terms of the chemistry style, like we said, we went with the engine. I think shooting wise, if you are looking for maybe as a striker, I would be looking for something, but I'd definitely probably be looking more along the lines of maybe a finisher or something like, is it a Hawk? Maybe Hawk, but then I like the kind of balance increase. I think the balance is something that, yes, I want to get to increase, so engine's probably going to be my favourite. Obviously as a winger it turns him into a 92, 91 cam if you wanted, obviously an 87 striker, but I do think for the price you're going to get a good all-round player in terms of attacking as well. The 4-star, 5-star's nice. Unfortunately, no, actually we do have the finesse trait with him. It was Jonathan we didn't, so to be honest, it's not bad. Like I say, that is going to get nerfed after patch 1 if that's not already happened, but we might see it still being somewhat effective at the very least. Whether I would say this guy's worth it, we will say that the price will continue to drop as more and more people pack him. Obviously we're looking for more supply, and then the demand is going to get smaller and smaller, and then that just literally kills the price off that even more, and it kind of just balances itself out to a kind of a rarity. Because if we do have a quick look, say we go team of the week 1, who was the most expensive? So Vinicius is 200. We look at Salah's like chilling at 500. I don't think he's going to be as good as Salah, so I'd probably say he's going to be around that sort of price. Team of the week 2, what is that at? Who's the best player in that? Benzema's 99. I don't think there actually was that. Yeah, I think it was Jesus who is 200, but unfortunately there isn't no comparison there, just because obviously the name of Son, the 90 rated, is just going to take him that little bit more ahead of Jesus. But in general, I do like Son. I think he's a very solid player. He's probably not worth the coins at the moment, but I definitely think later on down the line, if he kind of hits lower than, say, 400, maybe 450, I think, yes, he is looking to have a little buy there, but you can just go ahead and go get his gold for 216 at the moment. But always make sure that you are kind of going in with the intentions to lose coins, because obviously he is out of packs now, so the price of the gold will inflate. So just always remember that. Hopefully you did enjoy the video though. I'm going to give him a solid 9.4 out of 10. Let me know down below what you think, like and subscribe, and I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.